Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this world we are all super busy. Most of us are anyway, especially those of us who have kids or pets like I do. And I think comfortable clothes are key, and comfortable clothes that are durable at the same time. So today I thought I wanted to share my best tips on how to rock a loungewear, comfy kind of outfit where you'll spend most of the days at home doing practical things, or maybe you just chill out on the couch, and maybe you even have some things to do outside the house, or you have a couple of errands to run at the same time. Now, generally, I believe that when you have something in your wardrobe that you love wearing, whether that being something that is a bit more fancy or practical, whatever, use those items that you've invested in, have fun, don't just spare everything. That's not why you've invested in these items. However, I do think that there's a lot of sense in sparing certain items from use, especially if you get spilled on frequently or if you get dirty in some way. So I think it makes sense to go for some items that are practical and comfy but presentable at the same time for situations like these. I have a hair tickling me and I can't really figure out where it is. So I kind of wanted to combine the best of both worlds styling wise, so that you can wear something that is very comfortable and suitable for practical situations like cleaning the house or whatever, just laying around on the couch, but something that at the same time doesn't scare away the mailman and that you can wear when you are out and about too. I do also have an older guide with how to dress practical but with style, so that is a more kind of outdoorsy type of guide. So this one is a bit more versatile, I guess you can say. So let's just get cracking. So when I was about to brainstorm for this video, I thought to myself, what do I have in my wardrobe that is just super soft, super comfortable, and doesn't feel tight anywhere on my body? These are obviously items that I tend to reach for myself when I have these really laid back kind of days. It could be, like I said, a Sunday where I'm just chilling out around the house, or just the days where I'm working from home. If I have a lot of blog posts or practical things to do on the computer, this is often something that I will wear because then I'm still ready to run out the door at the same time. So I have gathered together what we can call a little capsule. I love that word, capsule. That's something I evolve a lot of my wardrobe a lot within. So these are all items that I personally tend to reach for a lot on these days. And obviously it may vary depending on what season we're looking at. So you can alter it so that it fits whatever season you're in when you're watching this video. So let's just start with the top parts. Let's start from above. And I have chosen two jackets right here that I tend to reach for a lot on these kinds of days. So I have a biker jacket and then a army jacket. Both of these are really cool jackets, very comfortable at the same time, and I feel like a great jacket can really lift any type of loungewear outfit. So even if you're wearing a hoodie or some kind of sweatshirt and even loungewear pants, if you wear a cool jacket on top of that, it just gets, you know, instantly everyday suitable. Then for the tops, you obviously need a great sweatshirt, you need a couple of soft t-shirts, and then a couple of tank tops. So let's just go through the ones that I've picked out. I have my Calvin Klein sweatshirt right here. I've had this one for years now. I know that a Calvin Klein sweatshirt might be a bit pricey for, you know, just a sweatshirt. I think this is around 120 pounds. So it is a bit pricey for loungewear. But I have worn this sweatshirt countless times. I even wear it, you know, when I have days at the office with a pair of jeans and a pair of boots as well. This just goes with everything I have in my wardrobe. But also just together with a pair of loungewear pants and a pair of sneakers. I love this sweatshirt. So if you look at how much I've worn this sweatshirt and the things that I've gone through, it just looks great still. The surface is still really smooth. It hasn't started to peel whatsoever. So in my opinion, it's definitely worth the money. The print still looks pretty good as well. I will make sure to link a few more affordable, more simple options down below though, but I'm just putting it out there that even though this is considered a loungewear piece, it is definitely worth the money in my eyes because it just lasts in the long run. So anyway, moving on to the other tops, like I just said, a couple of great t-shirts is definitely a must as well. So these are the two, actually also the gray one that I'm wearing right now. All of my t-shirts basically is something that I tend to reach for on chilled out days. Maybe not so much the white one depending on what I'm doing because this is a bit more unpractical, but definitely this stripy one, the gray one, and then I also have a black one that I tend to reach for a lot. A great t-shirt is just so versatile and soft, comfortable. There's not really much to say there. And then like I mentioned in my previous videos, I also have a bunch of these basic tank tops laying in my wardrobe that I absolutely can't live without because on Sundays, I like to give my boobs a break and just go braless, and this just makes sure that everything stays in place. I'd even wear it underneath a t-shirt or underneath a sweatshirt, something like that, to cover myself up a bit more. So this one is just an old basic tank top from H&M. I've had this one for years and I have a couple of similar ones in my wardrobe, and then this one is new. This is recycled nylon from Organic Basics. But a great tank top is just something that's very comfortable and something I can't live without when it comes to loungewear. I should just say that everything that I show you here, as usual, I will link similar options down below for you guys. And one of you actually wrote to me the other day why it is rarely the same things that I show in my video that you are redirected to, and that's obviously because many of the things that I show you in these videos are what you would call old items, so maybe 3 years, 3 to 6, maybe even more years. So they are no longer available. So that's why sometimes when I show something, it won't be the exact same things that I have linked down below. So just putting that out there really quick. So that was the tops. So moving on to the bottoms, I have 2 items I'd like to show you. Obviously, a pair of joggers is something that I can't live without when I want to stay comfy. And I like to go for joggers that have kind of a tapered fit so that they are a bit more narrow towards the ankles. It's also great if they are just slightly cropped so that they cut just above the ankle. I think that looks great. And then I also like to go for joggers that have some great, what you would call everyday details. So these have these pleats in front and they also have side pockets, which makes them just a bit more cool and a little less sweatpants. These are actually from a brand that I used to work for. So this is actually a sample, not a sustainable choice either, sustainable in the way that I hold on to them for quite some time and I plan on doing that. But I will link some alternatives down below in sustainable options if you're interested. But anyway, I really like the fit of these loungewear pants. Then I have a pair of jeans here. I know that I talk about no stretch denim all the time, but when I just want to stay comfy and when I want to be able to both lay on the couch and go out and about, a pair of denims with just a little bit of stretch is definitely my go-to. Not a jegging because I'm not a fan of jeggings, but just something with maybe 2% of stretch. These are from Armed Angels and they're in this washed out black color, so almost a dark gray color. I absolutely love these jeans. They have a high waist fit as well and are made in organic cotton. I should just say that for some of the jeans from Armed Angels, they have started making length fits as well, but these are not available in different lengths. And these were just so freaking long. So I had to take them up, just a little side note. And I'm 167 centimeters. So just bear that in mind. So before I forget, I just want to mention another great piece that I can't live without in this whole loungewear section. And that is my cardigan. Again, this is one of those pieces that I absolutely love, but it's so loud, they don't make this anymore. I absolutely love the fit of this one. It has kind of these cropped batwing sleeves, and it's just a very modern fitted kind of cardigan. Very heavyweight, and I tend to throw this on whenever I work from home and I'm a bit chilly. So a great cardigan is definitely a must for me as well. So moving on to shoes, I have two pairs of shoes that I want to show you. Obviously, I tend to go for either a pair of sneakers, and depending on what I'm doing, I will choose between a pair of black sneakers. I also have a pair of black Nike sneakers that I wear a lot, or a pair of white. And then I have my Dr. Martens Chelsea boots. I love these because they're just that comfortable, but they're just very practical at the same time. And I think that they look really cool even with the loungewear pants that I showed you before. It gives a nice contrast and kind of lifts the outfit so that it's, again, a little bit less sweatpants kind of outfit. So just before moving on to actual styling tips, I just want to give you guys a few words and thoughts about durability. Because even though loungewear are meant to be practical and you shouldn't have to worry about spilling on them or ruining them, I still think that, it makes good sense to put in some money in this area and to invest in some great pieces that can last for a long time and that washes well. In fact, I think it's pretty misunderstood that you have to go for the cheapest options in this area because it's something that you replace frequently. I think that if it is something that you replace frequently, it makes great sense to choose something in fabrics that have been made responsibly so that we don't tear even more on our planet's resources, if that makes sense. So going for something that's sustainable both in terms of how long it lasts, but also in terms of how it's been made, it just makes more sense to me, I guess. And you can obviously choose something in dark colors like black or navy, dark gray, things like that, because then you won't really see if it gets any stains or things like that, and it's just timeless, cool at the same time. So I'm not saying that all of your loungewear items have to be like high-end quality or super expensive. Many of the sustainable brands that I purchase items from are actually quite affordable, but I just say that it's definitely worth thinking about. Again, just to mention an example, that Calvin Klein sweatshirt was definitely a splurge, but it's just really, it just stands the test of time, really. So when it comes to durability, it's most likely that you get what you pay for, even in this area. Obviously, I have a small selection of loungewear that doesn't really count as a real part of my everyday wardrobe, so I have that parted from the rest of my wardrobe and then put that on the shelf. So some of my must-haves in this area is definitely a couple of hoodies or sweatshirts, and then my black loungewear pants that I showed you before. But I'm definitely not afraid to mix these loungewear items with everyday wear as well. So if I know I won't be going out, I'll just wear all loungewear items and I won't give a damn about how I look if I'm just gonna be laying on the couch. But if I know that I have an option to both be at home for a while but also go out for brunch or grocery shopping, whatever, I will mix it together with everyday items. So that's kind of also what I've got going on here today. Now, when it comes to styling these items, I definitely feel that the small things makes a huge difference. So usually on Sundays, I don't put on any jewelry at all other than what I already have in my ears, my engagement ring, things like that. And then usually I just put on a classic watch like this one from Daniel Wellington. I like to have keep things simple on days like that. Then if I'm going out, I'd either put on a pair of sunglasses, maybe a beanie, depending on what season it is and what state my hair is in. And then also I feel like going for a great bag is a great way of really lifting your outfit. So I'd probably go for something like my trusty crossbody bag from Marc Jacobs. And then maybe if I was gonna go grocery shopping and I was, let's say, taking my bike, I would maybe wear something like a backpack. This one is one that I was actually recently gifted from a London-based brand called Charlie Feist. They make really cool backpacks in recycled plastic bottles and then in vegan leather, and I just think that this is such a cool backpack. I really love the hardware right here, and I totally see myself rocking this on like city sightseeing tours as well, maybe for festivals, because it's really practical but cool at the same time. Then when it comes to hair and makeup, I usually don't do much. I do a little bit, but not a lot. I don't really get that whole all or nothing kind of vibe. I definitely feel great somewhere in between as well. So usually I will either just put my hair up in a bun or just quickly straighten it, put it behind my ears, and then put on a bit of mascara, some concealer, and then maybe some brow gel, and then that's it. So for me, as always, less is definitely more. You don't have to go all out with hair, makeup, and accessories, but you definitely don't have to drop everything either. So somewhere in between is usually where I find myself on these days. So that's it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what your go-to items are to make you feel comfortable but look nice at the same time. I'd love to know. So before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that my videos will always show up in your start feed here on YouTube. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram for daily outfit updates. And yeah, then I wish you all a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Maybe it's all changed.